I'm single, I'm 35, and quite honestly, I'm lonely.
I'm just so lonely.
I'm so over waiting. Like, when is it gonna be my turn? I feel like I'm back in that hopeless pit where I'm just like, when's it gonna be my turn? Why is it taking so long?
Why is it so hard to find a guy?
Never having been picked, never having been wanted, never having been desired, as you go through all of these years. 27 years for me, 27 years.
So as you can see here, a lot of people, women, specifically modern women, talk about the male loneliness epidemic. They make fun of men about that. But as you can see in these clips, just in the intro, there's a lot of women out there that are lonely. They say that they're waiting their turn. And waiting their turn to me is kind of like a double-edged sword, because it makes it seem like modern women, the way they act, they deserve a turn on the ride. It's my time to get out there. But the way that y'all act, absolutely not.
I literally cannot express in words how badly I want a relationship.
I'm 37. I'll be 38 this year. You know, I don't have any kids. I don't have a boyfriend. I don't talk to anybody. So I'm always alone.
I genuinely question if there is real love left, like, especially in our generation. It sucks being 32 and single and seeing all your friends get engaged and not even being close to that.
I've been stood up, ghosted, lied to, all in a matter of 3 months.
I hate this shit. Like, what do y'all want me to say? Like, I be in the bed crying every night.
I'm crying because I'm just reflecting on the fact that literally every person in my life has used me and then just throws me out like a piece of trash.
And I'm so tired. Like, I don't want to try anymore.
And you're seeing for these women, unfortunately for them, that they're getting around a certain age and desperation is starting to kick in. Their life decisions, what they thought they were going to be doing for the rest of their life. Honestly and truly, for a lot of modern women, it's a lack of long-term sight. Like they don't have a vision for the future other than playing around. And they talk about how men are immature. They don't plan anything, but then they hit the wall. And I really hate using that term. So I try to limit it, but they really run into a place in their life to where they're like, dang, I'm 35 and I'm 40 and I really don't have anything to show for it, but a little bit of money here and there. Yeah, we knew that. That's what we're trying to tell you.
Where are all the single straight men?
Where are the women pushing 30? Where do we find good men at?
Where are all the single guys that are respectful and educated and want to take care of a woman?
Where are the men our age hiding?
What does it take to find a good guy? Like, I don't understand why it's so hard in your 40s to just find a good person.
I'm starting to wonder where they are. Like, where?
There was one guy that I dated who was so nice, so cute, took me on the best dates, so fun. Like, we had fun. Every single day we had fun. But I did not feel emotionally connected.
It's not that I haven't been on dates or it's not that I haven't had boyfriends before, but it's more so that I just haven't been wowed.
He could be a good guy, but that doesn't mean that he is good enough for you. That doesn't mean that he is right for you, and you should not have to compromise on your standards or your non-negotiables because he's a good guy.
I am looking for a specific relationship. A specific relationship how I want it to be. And I am okay with being single if that means I will never get it in my lifetime.
And it wasn't even that I wasn't attracted to him, because he was an attractive guy, but there was just something lacking, and I was able to recognize it quickly.
So you see them sit up in whatever clothing they have on, all pristine, nice looking, the nice backdrop, and they speak about their lives as if they're the stars of some reality show. I sensed it, and I'm just so great, and look at me. And well, this is why you can't find a man, because deep down there is something in there that at some point in time is going to bring about conceitedness. It's going to bring about self-absorption. You're not going to be able to hide it in marriage, period, end of story. You're not going to be able to hide it in a relationship. High value men, and once again, I don't really like using that term, high value men or guys who have their stuff together, I'll say it like that, they're going to be able to spot that. That's why you're not getting with the guys that you want, That's why they're not giving you attention, because you're showing your true colors.
In general, good men are steady and consistent and predictable. It's why as women we think you're boring.
I'm just gonna say the quiet part out loud. Most men are mind-numbingly boring.
He's so nice and he's the guy that I should want. But it's like I need a little bit of like a, you're going to send me to the psych ward.
When you get treated good, it's kind of like boring. And don't hate me, but I do love toxic. And I don't mean like super bad, but I like some spice in my life.
Because I feel like if a guy is nice, that means he gets no girls. And that's like a turn off.
There's a lot of women that I see with their husbands. It's like you're gonna spend the rest of your life pretending that that is not the most boring man on earth.
The reason that they have these up and down emotions is they want to see two things. Number one, if you care about them. And number two, how steady and stable are you?
Again, it's just another difference between us, not good or bad or right or wrong, just another difference between us as men and women. As women in general, we like chaos and drama and disruption of routine.
Normal is boring. Normal, safe, stable, secure. It's boring. And they need crazy.
Are you a rock solid kind of guy? Or are you gonna be like all over the f***ing place, yo-yoing with her? And see, women don't want a guy who's an emotional yo-yo. I mean, it's all good and fine for them to be emotional yo-yos and up and down and all over the place, yeah, fine. But a woman hates that in a man. And the problem is that in the West, in Europe and the Americas and Australia and New Zealand, you know, we've been socialized into believing that we have to cater to a woman's emotions. This is a colossal mistake.
I think watching this section of clips, it makes me think that modern women, and this might be something that's far out there, they like toxic relationships, the feelings and the emotions of a toxic relationship more than they do sex. They like it better than anything else. It gives them the high that they need. It's variety. It switches it up. It's not mundane. That's why you see a lot of these women talking about, I'm going to go home and start an argument. Why is this man not engaging with me? And then they'll do like little cute clips on, it's not cute, but they think it's cute, where they get on TikTok and they'll start talking about, oh, I tried to start an argument. And, you know, when you come in contact with a healed man or an alpha male or whatever they want to call it, some man that is doing what a normal man does on a daily basis and not engaged with foolishness. When he understands you and, you know, you try to start an argument and he says all of the right things and you still want to fight, they think that's cute. They think that's cute. They think it's cute to cause chaos in the house. And then when a man doesn't engage, he's not giving them the emotional boost. Once again, like I've said in my other videos, it's like a drug to them. They're addicted to the high of their emotions. Chaotic emotions, I might add. This is not healthy. Men don't want to be a part of that. This is what they talk about, men being lonely, the loneliness epidemic. This is why they find themselves crying and in these positions.
Men my age, they don't want this.
The only kind of men that date and marry women that are substantially younger than them are insecure men.
I mean, shit, they're teachable. They're fresh. They're pure. They're naive. They'll listen to us. And here I come with my 44 years of experience and lessons and, you know, my self-worth.
I am 44, and these two men were 40 and 42. And they're the two men that are on my roster that I'm actually interested in, sexually attracted to, interested in intellectually, have great chemistry with, great conversations with. And they both friend-zoned me because they think they might want kids someday.
They don't want a partner. If they wanted a partner, they would seek someone who was closer in their age. They would seek out a peer.
So this is what I'm dealing with men who are my age, out in the dating pool, sniffing around 40-somethings, but might want kids someday. I can't with this nonsense. It's biology. Did we stop teaching that in schools?
And this, as you can see, these few women. Now, I've seen videos of the women in Burgundy, she does have some pretty good takes, some takes advocating for men, and I appreciate that. But I think for the other two women, particularly, I think one is called Fashionably Divorced or something like that. Just a bunch of nonsense. Oh, well, you're lonely because of this and you're single because of this. Just talking foolishness. And this is what men would have to deal with on a daily basis. To be honest with you. Well, my ex was this and da 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 da. Foolishness. It comes to a point to where you imagine getting off work, your feet hurt, head hurts, back hurts, especially for men in laborious jobs where you be out in the elements all the time. I come from work, all I want to do is sit down and watch TV for just a little bit, decompress. And as soon as you get in the door, and a lot of times you can't even get in the freaking door because modern women are calling you on, oh, can you stop and get this? Oh, you didn't get the right tomato sauce. I'm tired. I just want to get home. Why didn't you communicate that? I did. I told you that. I didn't told you that multiple times. You don't hear me. You don't want to listen. And then you wonder why I don't want to be around you. Oh, well, it's because you don't want to be with a woman. It's because you don't want to be with a woman that matches you, that knows your BS. No, it's because I want a woman that's nice to me, that loves life, that's not always complaining about something like you, talking about these men don't want me because I possibly really can't have kids at this age. Exactly. I told you for decades what my priorities were and what I wanted, and you didn't hear that. And now you're upset because the man that you wanted doesn't want you.
The dating scene is really disappointing. It is really disappointing.
If there's any people in this world left that aren't pieces of shit, come my way, please.
Why does dating now feel like you're literally going to war?
Guys, I'm so annoyed with dating.
Dating in your 40s. Bleh. Bleh.
I'm laughing, but I'm serious. I'm gonna be single for the rest of my life.
I'm exhausted. I'm literally on the verge of tears.
I think I finally understand why people settle, because this is so horrible.
They be like, oh, don't give up because, the next guy. Well, how many guys I gotta go through before I get to the one that ain't gonna waste my time?
And the funny thing about listening to this portion of clips is you'll hear every single one of these women, all of them complaining about how horrible it is. But I know specifically, I think I've seen a couple of her videos to point out somebody just talking about, I think it was foolishness. Really, the guy was a nice guy, but she just got to talking about how she didn't like whatever it was that he was doing. It was minute. And the guy actually didn't do anything wrong, to be honest with you. He didn't do anything wrong. It's just that she didn't really like the way he did things. She didn't like, I think it might have been maybe the way he ordered his food, or maybe the way he was drinking his wine, or maybe he didn't order the right bottle of wine, or maybe he ordered the wine late. It was minute. It was minute. But this is the type of behavior that keeps these modern women single. And they get on here crying and snotting and moaning and hollering about why a man won't come towards them. That's why the female loneliness epidemic, y'all be talking about men causing it. It be you. It's yourself.
I will never understand how a guy can tell a girl that he likes her, that she's the one, that he wants to marry her, that he can envision a future and children with her, and then 24 hours later, he's gone, he disappears, and he never talks to her again.
You can be intimate with a man for months and months, and then all of a sudden, poof.
Tell me why you will waste your time and the woman's time getting to know her, whether it's spending hours or days or even longer, getting to know one another, make arrangements with her to meet, and then ghost at the last minute.
Ever have a hinge date that goes well? You go back to your apartment, he stays the night, things happen. In the morning, you walk to the train together, kiss goodbye, he has your number, says, I'll text you later. Never get that text, and then check Hinge and he's unmatched to you? Yeah.
What the f? Why would you do that to somebody?
And you ask why women are jaded. You ask why we're so single. You ask why we're so disgusted by men. It's because this shit happens all of the time.
Even if it's just casual, even if you know, which was not the stuff that he was saying to me anyway, but it's like, how could you be so cruel?
During the date, he's like, I can't believe the way that men treat women these days, thinking that you're different. Oh my God. Take a look in the goddamn mirror, my guy.
And y'all wonder why we're crazy. We can't get there on our own. We're not that great with directions. You'll have to drive us there.
You know, one thing I notice about modern women is they're always blindsided. They're always blindsided by something. And almost darn near every one of these clips, they thought everything was on the up and up. I slept with them. I gave them my body. We're going to get married in 2 or 3 weeks. That's what they're thinking. And then all of a sudden he just ghosted out of nowhere. That's how all these men are. No, we can comfortably say that there are some men out there that are doing that, right? There are a lot of dudes that are losers that do this to women. We can comfortably say that. But what we can also comfortably say is y'all wanted to be a part of this. Modern women get mad when they can't control the narrative. They get mad when they can't control what a man does. Oh, he ghosted. He did this. He did that. It came out of nowhere. Did you ever think that maybe there was something that made him leave abruptly? Sure, we can talk about the men that are garbage, but did you ever stop and say, was there something I said during our intimate times that kind of turned him off? Was there something that I did and wouldn't quit doing over the course of our relationship? See, what they like to do is they boil it down to what happened to them. I remember one was talking about after, I think it was like decades of marriage, they were about to go on vacation. Dude just up and divorced her. And she said, well, can we work it out? No, I don't want to be a part of that. Let me tell you what, I'll take the vacation home, you take this house, or vice versa. It don't matter. And I think he paid off both the house and the vacation home before he got the divorce. And she was at a loss for words. She was flabbergasted as to why he would have done something like that. It was him that hurt her. And she just went on down the line about the things that he did. And then she kind of said, well, I kind of had an attitude sometimes, but that was warranted. And I kind of said some things that I shouldn't have said and done some things that I shouldn't have done, but that was warranted. They won't talk about that, or they'll minimize that, but then they'll get on here and show you this attitude. Be careful.
You should be dating multiple men. You need to be dating 2 to 3 men baseline.
You absolutely should be dating multiple men.
God, no, just date one person and then get a real feel for him, then move on to the next. Nuh-uh, we're not wasting time over here. We're dating multiple men at once.
So you're going to be dating 3 men. Your goal is to pay for nothing, to get a couple of bills paid, or to get some money to stack, save, or start a business. That's your goal, nothing else.
No man deserves you full time unless he has that chat with you and actually commits to you full time. Until then, play the field and have some fun.
No marriage, no commitment, nothing. The only commitment you need is that direct deposit commitment.
I would never say yes to a coffee date.
Someone recently asked me out on a coffee date, and I thought about it, and my immediate response that popped into my head was no.
Don't do coffee dates, don't do walk dates, and don't do dates that are just drinks.
I don't want to just go for drinks. And I feel like a lot of people will say like a coffee date or like, let's just go for drinks and like see if we vibe and then let's do dinner the next time. I see that as like, you're cheap.
These are incredibly low effort dates and they're not even worth going on. It's better just to say no.
And if I really want Starbucks, I'll just Uber Eats it to my house.
And you look at these women and they're dating coaches. Women continue to follow these women, and it'd be one thing if you just happened upon them. They just happened up on your FYP. But if you go on a lot of these videos, you'll see, and it's not even these creators specifically, but you go on videos talking about a certain topic, modern women will be in the comments saying, this is why I follow so-and-so. You need to go follow her. And all of the advice be terrible advice like this. And you're wondering why the female loneliness epidemic is starting to be a thing for you. A man cannot trust you. If you're talking about taking his wallet, be talking about talking to 5 or 6 men at a time, getting different things out of them. Do you think that a man is going to that's settling. You think he's going to settle for that? Absolutely not. I'm not going to settle for no coffee date, and I'm not going to settle for an attitude. How about that? Well, I ain't settling for no walk or no hike, and I'm not settling for somebody that's going to keep on talking trash. Somebody that don't want to talk to me, somebody that thinks I'm less than, somebody that don't want to get to know me. I'm not settling for that nonsense. Get out of my face. Go ahead and unmatch me now.
My NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer costs $32. Why would I put on a full face of expensive makeup and then come and spend 2 hours of my time talking to you for an $8 coffee or a $16 cocktail?
So between her getting all ready, having her nails done, her hair, her makeup, picking out a cute outfit and all that, to be then going out and meeting somebody and not even getting a meal out of it, like that's a big fat no to me.
My full face of makeup, because I go to Sephora, quite literally costs more than it is for this person, whoever it would be, to take me on a date.
I can absolutely not be the only woman looking for them a good man.
Hookup culture is just the main focus always, and I don't get it. Like, why is romance dead?
I've been lied to, cheated on, treated like a second option, whatever.
I'm 46, single, no kids. I don't know what's going on with these men.
It's important to get that information is because in 2025, there's this entire class of women who will just use you for date after date. Like they'll have you in their phone as foodie date and just, you know, you'll go on 4 dates and be like, so where's this going? Do you like me? Or, you know, and then they'll pretend they took 4 dates to figure it out. Like, oh, you know, after the 3rd date, I was starting to like sort out whether I like you. By the 4th Michelin star date, I'm starting to think maybe we're not that compatible because, you know, you said you like Star Wars. You know, they're just going to say something like that, even though they knew in the first 30 seconds of meeting you whether they liked you or not. I mean, there's data on this. You can look it up. Do a Google search. Women decide whether they're attracted to you or not within the first 10 to 30 seconds of meeting you. So basically everything after that is just going through the motions, you know? If they like you, you can just say like ridiculous stuff and they'll just like rationalize it. Like, oh, he's just going through a phase. You know, once I can change him, I can fix him. And if they don't like you, then, you know, you can be like, yeah, my free time, I save puppies and I have an orphanage where I save orphans. And they'll just be like, yeah, shut up. When is this date gonna end?
He's spitting facts, complete and total facts. They will make up things if they actually like you. They're just gonna make it up. Oh, well, I think there was a woman that was at a car wash. A woman she was at a car wash and a man came up to her and he hit her with a pickup line. And that thing was smooth. That was smooth. I ain't lying to you. And people in the comments, women in the comments, man, wow. I fear that would have worked on me. But what she said in the video is, wow, that would have worked on me if he was attractive. Exactly. That would have worked on me essentially if he was 6 feet tall, if he had a 6-pack, if he was coming to me with 6 figures, if he slid me $100 just for standing there and looking pretty, that would have worked. This is the type of stuff that men have to deal with. And they wonder why men are walking away. They wonder why they're finding loneliness at the end of their girl boss, their boss babe tunnel. These modern women, a few clips back, start talking about, well, my makeup and my concealer. Why would I come out the house for 2 hours and an $8 coffee? Well, and this once again points to their short-sightedness. You would come out of the house because you're trying to develop a relationship. That $8 coffee could be the start of $3,000-$4,000 vacation. Oh, we're taking our kids to Disney. Oh, I love it. Oh, we're going to church today, and we're going out to eat afterwards with the grandparents there in town. And now you get to say cheese, and you get to post those corny little pictures on your Facebook or your Instagram or your TikTok. That started with $8. That started with an ice cream cone. That started with a walk in the park. Y'all don't understand. You just come talk to the guy. Oh man, we the best of friends. We went and got coffee. Now let me tell you something. I first didn't like him because he did this and he liked this, and I told you I wasn't never gonna do and this and that. But the more I talked to them right there that night, we just We were inseparable ever since we left. And that was from a coffee date. Ladies, what I'm saying is give that man a chance. He's a good man. You can be an inspiration to younger women just by saying, I took that. When society was telling me, don't do it, leave him alone, he's a bum, I took the coffee date. And we've been friends, best friends with 3 kids ever since. Kids are in college. We getting old together. We about to travel. We about to go overseas, come back. Kids calling, mama and daddy, where you at? We out the country. Leave us alone. You in school. We did our job. Let us go. That's what y'all are looking for. But y'all can't even get out of your own way. Cause y'all can, I'm worth more than $8. Yeah, the friendship will be worth more than that. Just go on it.
Men do not want to approach women anymore.
When was the pivotal moment that a man chose to not go after a girl anymore or put in any effort?
Like when you're out in public and you're making eyes with a girl and you're like making it known that you're attracted to her, but you're not going to say something. How are you not going to say something?
It just doesn't make sense to me how women are not being asked out on dates. Like there are so many beautiful women. Like, come on, like just
shoot your shot.
Am I unapproachable?
Like, did you not see me just look right at you? Like, that was your sign. Like, that was me shooting my shot.
No, because I had to actually sit and think about this, and I had to ask myself, when is the last time a man came up to me and wanted to get to know me or exchange numbers? And it's been a long time.
Me and my friends go out, and it's like, we end up plotting on what guy we think is cute, and then we physically, I'm not even joking, I'm sick to my stomach right now. We end up making the first move. Because if we didn't, it would be girls' night every single night we went out for the rest of our lives.
Where are the huevos? Where are the huevos these days? I feel like there's so many like times that guys want to say something to girls and they don't. Like, is there a guy watching this that can give us some insight? Like, why?
But isn't that what y'all said y'all wanted is a girls' night? I can't remember the last time a guy came up to me and wanted to get to know me, because they don't anymore. Y'all talk too much. Y'all be saying too much on this internet and y'all be exposing yourselves. That's why men are not approaching you. Y'all end up being lonely and by yourselves because men have figured out y'all are not going to make very good partners. And it's harsh to say that, but it is what it is.
Rejection is a man's biggest fear.
Why do men never approach women anymore?
Intimidation?
You do it a lot, like in person?
Hell no.
It is so fucking scary to me to approach a woman in public anymore after hearing all this stuff on the internet.
It just sucks being the guy because I always have to make the first move. Like, and then anytime I see a girl I like, whether it be at the bar or at the gym or something, I get so anxious. My heart starts beating so fast, and I don't know what the hell to say to them.
Don't get me wrong. A fear of rejection is totally real. I feel like if I was a guy, that would be in my brain, and it would be something that I would have to overcome. But it would be a big thing to overcome.
I don't mind guys like coming up to me and talking to me. Let me be really real. Yeah. If you are not tall, sexy, with amazing chat, don't waste your time.
I think, and they're talking about fear of rejection. That's obviously a thing, but I think it's fear of embarrassment. It's fear of being put in a compromising position just for trying to do what's natural and what's normal. And then there's no set rules or laws. Well, you got to be sexy. You got to have good riz and you got to be tall. Who defines that? Well, the woman does. And so everything is based on her emotions. You can't live life like that.
Women need to start making the first move.
Women are just going to have to start shooting their shots. You going to have to go for what you want because closed mouths is not going to get fed anymore.
Why don't women typically approach men?
Because of rejection.
If a woman chooses to approach a man and shoot her shot, is she more or less likely to be rejected than if the man approaches a woman?
I feel like men are more likely to be rejected.
Less. I feel like men like that.
I think a woman shooting her shot is much more likely to end up with that man.
If a girl approaches a guy and makes the first move, usually it works out better.
Why would men want to approach women when they no longer have to worry about just being rejected, but also have to worry about being accused of harassment?
That's scary. I wouldn't want to be a man, honestly.
I feel bad for men.
Yeah.
So why do you think that women fear rejection when they're far less likely to be rejected?
Because women are just more sensitive. They have more feelings into it. I feel like men, they're used to being rejected. They're used to being turned down, but women aren't. So when they get rejected, they like feel it more personally. Yeah.
Why don't women start approaching men rather than complain how men approach them?
Because women like that, they have too much pride and too much ego into themselves, and they think a certain way of how a woman is supposed to be, when really women are supposed to be ladylike and strong and like grounded in themselves. And that's when the woman power really does show up, is being kind.
What advice would you give to the men that fear rejection?
Don't be scared, just shoot your shot. Maybe you have a chance, maybe don't. Rejection is just something to take in, it's something to learn from.
Why don't women just follow that same advice?
Shit. It's different. We have different emotions.
And I'm glad they said that there at the end. Well, you know, you have different emotions. You don't. It's just that you see modern women, all of these women really passing the buck, passing the blame, passing the responsibility to the man. And then they're what my dad used to call, or a lot of people say, Monday morning quarterback or an armchair quarterback. Oh, you didn't do this right. Oh, how come you don't do it? Show us how it's done. Well, I don't want to do that. You know, that's a man's job and I don't want to be in my masculine. It's always excuses for why you can't do anything, for why you can't get your hands dirty. But then you can sit back and critique a man. Oh, you didn't build the system right. Oh, you didn't build that road right. Or you didn't build that building right. Oh, all these cars are trash. Oh, you didn't cut my lawn. It's always modern women who sit back and they critique men over and over again. This is one of the reasons that men are walking away. It's not that I'm going to get rejected. That's huge, but you're going to sit there and critique me. You're sit there and going to dress me down. And it might even be in front of your friends. Oh, well, you got a terrible haircut. Oh, well, look at your beard. Oh, look at where'd you get those shoes from? Oh, you got a little spot on your shoe. The little spot I cleaned my shoes. It just happened to be that way. Oh, well, you need to check more. What? This is the attitude that they display. And a man says, you know what? I'm not going to be coming to this club no more. And they do that to men over and over again. Or the man sees his friend that's getting done that way from afar and said, hey, bro, we not going there again. And the next time the women come up, where are all the men at? Well, they chilling at the house. Men don't come outside anymore.
Men are intimidated by beautiful girls.
The reason why you aren't getting approached is because you come off as a strong woman. They're ignoring you because you're beautiful and it's intimidating.
And honestly, it's a compliment. It's a compliment that people are intimidated by your aura, by your looks, by probably even your personality.
So when you hold yourself to a certain standard, that boy knows that he's not going to be able to reach those standards. So therefore, he's not even going to approach you.
So instead of feeling down about the fact that you don't really get talked to at a party setting, or you rarely get attention from men on your Instagram stories, etc., it probably is that they are afraid to even talk to you.
You are not the problem. You're not the problem. They're the problem.
So if you've ever wondered, why don't I get approached? Why don't I get asked out? Why doesn't he ever text me first? It's probably because you're super pretty and attractive.
So if you want to get any sort of attention, you may have to be the one to reach out to them first.
Just make the first move.
Yeah, absolutely do not do this. See, you're a baddie. Okay? And do you know what happens when a man thinks that he can pull baddies? His audacity goes off the charts. So even if this does work and you guys end up together, he's going to think that he can treat you any type of way because he's going to assume that because he could pull you, he could pull another baddie.
And you're seeing in these clips, a lot of these women, modern women, talk about how they're baddies. They talk about, well, you have to approach me because it's just another way for them to pad stats. It's just, you know, when somebody goes in, he had 350 yards. Yeah, but 2 of those were in garbage time. That's what modern women are doing, padding their stats. Oh, well, I'm a baddie. You're an average at best. Well, I went here and I got this type of clothing, Versace, or I got this type of perfume, whatever it might be, Dolce and Gabbana. I'm wearing these types of earrings. I got my hair done by this celebrity person. I got my makeup done by this celebrity person. They're trying to build in value so that when you look at them on paper, they're the best. They're the world's best at stat stuffing. But men are the world's best at deflating all of that. That's why modern women get mad when they say a man, oh, he wanted to humble you. He wanted to nag you out. He wanted to bring you down. Some men do. Some men have no business doing that. But some of these ladies, you got to come down. You're padding stats. You're making it look like you're one way on camera or online. But then when I meet you, you didn't catfish me. And sometimes it's not a physical catfish. Sometimes it's an emotional catfish because you're not really that person. You don't really care about my feelings like that. Sometimes it's a mental, it's a personality catfish. You're not really that person. Once again, you don't act like that. You don't look like that. You don't behave like that. That's not your lifestyle. You catfished me. Not enough men. Well, you know what? Let me not say that because that's why men are walking away. Talking about this catfishing from all sides, not just your looks, but your behavior, your personality. Oh, I'm a baddie, so you should catfish. I already know you're going to have an attitude and I'm not dealing with it.
No one's intimidated by you. You're behaving in a way that suggests you're unapproachable. There's the difference.
Let me know if I'm tripping, but I feel like a lot of women try to be shady when they say things like men don't approach them because they know not to mess with them.
Guys will approach anyone from a 4 to a 10.
Why isn't the first thought never, maybe they just don't find me attractive enough to approach me?
No one is intimidated by you. You're unapproachable. Fix that.
And the reason why I think it's shady when women say this is because it kind of implies that they're better than the other women who get approached, or that the other women who get approached are easy and they can be messed with. And overall, it just always sounds so nasty. I don't know, and what be getting me is that they be saying this after their friends get approached or when they see somebody else get picked over them. And it's like, what are you trying to say?
Girls, if you see a guy you like at the club, gym, wherever, simple thing. Eye contact, smile. That's gonna tell a guy, I think you're attractive, or at least that gives a guy the green light to approach you. That's all you gotta do. And girls, if you can't do that, buy a dog, die alone. That's really all I have to say.
I think we need to normalize women approaching men more because one, women are not that nice, and two, there's no Me Too movement against women.
Now, I'm seeing posts on the internet of women saying, men don't approach us anymore. Well, duh!
The reason why a lot of us guys are done with dating is because we're all honestly fed up with all the mixed answers that we've been seeing online.
And women are so confused as to why men don't approach them in public anymore is because we don't want to get a charge. We don't want you to pick up the phone halfway through the conversation and start calling the cops just because you got a hunch that little old Riley might grape you.
So a lot of us have reached a point that we're just like, fuck it, man. Like, we're just done. And believe me, we don't want to. We would love to approach a woman without her feeling like we're creeps or something. And don't get me wrong either. There's a lot of guys that don't know how to approach women, or they make it seem very creepy, or they start stalking you and following you randomly. Guys like that put out a bad name for the good men.
I used to be able to approach women and talk smooth talk. It don't even fucking matter. I don't even do it on the internet. I don't even slide into somebody's DMs. Fuck that. That is another way that somebody can just screen record all of that and make it look like I was harassing them. Right? What a time to be alive, y'all.
And I like what this guy said here. The couple of guys are saying here. Men don't want to be the subject of a group text, and they don't even freaking know you. I'm not intimidated like that other guy was saying. I'm not intimidated by you. It's just that your attitude is terrible. Your attitude is terrible in any and every situation. So much so that, like the lady was saying, y'all be throwing off on other women. Y'all be insulting other women, and y'all don't even think about it like that. Well, they approach all my other friends because, they easy, but I ain't easy. What? Insulting them. They got to do it to everybody. Men see that. You don't think that they do. They see that. I'm not intimidated by anything that you got going on. I'm afraid that I'm going to run into your silly attitude. While you're talking down on your friends, throwing off on them, throwing shade, one day that's going to be for me. Now, people talk their stuff. They talk their nonsense here and there. So I get it. At some point in time, y'all going to get upset with each other, or, you're going to get a little tired and agitated of some stuff that going on in the house. So sometimes you say some stuff that's out of pocket. I get it. Over time, you kind of learn, if you're a good person and you do the work, not to step out of bounds, right? But earlier on in your relationship, because y'all don't know each other yet, you're probably going to say something that's out of pocket. That's just the way it goes. All right. But what men are okay with that, as long as you're correcting it. What men are not okay with is what these brothers were talking about. I send you something in confidence. You screenshot it, put it in the group text, or you screenshot it, pull it all over TikTok. I'm not cool with that. I'm trying to have a nice interaction with you respectfully. You record me and you go put it all over TikTok trying to expose me. I'm not intimidated. I'm just tired of you trying to manipulate people and paint this narrative that I was doing something that I wasn't. And if there's anything that modern women can do, it's paint a narrative. It's drum up some drama. They can do that.
I don't want to be a strong, independent woman.
I don't want to be a strong, independent woman no more. No more!
I am so sick of being told how strong I am, because I'm not strong and I don't want to be strong.
This whole I'm a strong, independent black woman and I don't need no man, I'm f***ing done with it.
I don't want to work, okay? I don't want to be Miss Independent. I don't want to be a boss babe. I don't want to have a business. I don't want to have a career. I don't want a job. I want nothing.
I'm tired.
INDEP. Like, no, I don't want to do that anymore. Okay? HELPME me. Like, no, give me the soft life. Come help me. Come save me. Come, because I'm tired of this. I'm tired.
Where if I could go back in time and tell the woman that stood up for our right to work. I fell for the boss, I could do everything by myself, that hyper independent bullshit.
I don't want to be a hardworking woman. I don't know who signed us up to be independent and hardworking, but y'all can have it.
I don't want to be an independent woman no more, okay? I'm tired.
Am I good at being independent? Yes. Do I want to be? No.
I'm 31 now, and I still don't have kids. I still don't have a family. I was focused on trying to get after the bag and all this.
And what you're not hearing them say is you're hearing them say that I'm tired, but you're not hearing them say, I'm lonely. I did all this stuff, but what did it get me? I got all this money. I went on all these vacations. I went to this concert here and I went to this event there and I met this celebrity. But I don't have my person. I need somebody to take care of me and I take care of them. I need that. But they'll continue to say there ain't no female loneliness epidemic. There ain't nothing like that. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm single. I'm childless. I'm happy, which I don't doubt that you are. But what I do doubt is you sitting up here saying, well, I don't need no man. And this and that. I don't need no man to be happy. True enough, you probably don't. But you want a man. And the way you're going about it, you're never going to get a man. Well, I just keep my options open. It's too late. You waited too long. You were a boss babe, a girl boss for too long. And now your chances of getting that man, slim to none.
I legit woke up, realized that I've slayed all of my goals. I have my career, I have my house, I have the car, I have everything else, and I don't want it anymore.
I think we know at this point we're strong. We've got to be independent. Of course I can take care of myself. Now I want to be taken care of.
As often as I talk about how powerful women are, how independent, strong, I don't want to be a powerful, independent woman.
And what I really want is a family.
At 32, and a couple more months left till I'm 33, I realized that my priorities are changing. And now I want to be a housewife.
Never
lower your standards for a man?
Why should I lower my standards when I know exactly what I can get, what I need, and what I want?
You should try to date a regular guy. Why would I do that? Be real.
My standards are not too high. They're just my standards. And if you can't match them, then you're not for me.
I mean, I didn't think I was asking for too much, but like, I would love to have somebody that's like over 6 foot, dark skin, beard, no kids, house, own car, good credit, washboard abs, be able to pick me up, fine as hell, pretty smile, good hygiene, pretty teeth, big D and a big wallet, and generous, also emotionally intelligent, educated, and loyal.
So sick and tired of people that are in not so great relationships telling me that I need to lower my standards when they are the ones that need to increase their standards.
I still have faith. He's out there somewhere. I'm not gonna lower my standards, and I'm not gonna give up faith.
I don't want I don't want a struggle. I don't want a settle. I want amazing.
And you see the transition from I'm tired of working, I'm tired of doing this, I'm tired of doing that, I want a family, to I'm not lowering my standards. So they're going back and forth between two different opinions. And this is why men have so much trouble meeting the demands, meeting the quote unquote standards, as they call it, of modern women. Because modern women, they're purely led by their emotions. You never know what they want. One day they want Wendy's, another day they want McDonald's, which is fine. But when you tell me you want Wendy's, I go and get Wendy's for you. You haven't told me anything else. And then you blow up on me because I got you Wendy's. Well, you should switch it up sometime. And then by the end, when you sit up there and tell her, you need to communicate that in a nice, normal, calm tone. Well, it ain't my fault. And my man that would love me, they would understand, and they would just go do it. And by the end of the conversation, even though you're right, she's the victim. Men don't want to deal with that. Men don't want to deal with this attitude of, I'm not settling for just okay. Even though some of these women look just okay. Some of these women look, and I'm sorry to say it, they look average. They look average. But they're going to do all of this stuff that you see here. I'm strong and independent. I don't need no man. I'm not selling da-da-da-da-da. And they're going to flip and be like the women that you saw in the clip talking about, I want a family. That's all I want. I'm not asking for much. You're not asking for much, but you might be asking too late.